All right. Going to attempt to live stream. Um, yeah, I thought it'd be easier to live stream me reacting to this article. Did try it yesterday, but didn't really work. Well, I just stopped doing it anyway. If you are watching this as a normal video rather than the live stream just stopped. No, it hasn't. If you are watching this instead of a live stream to watching at the end, might be a bit long. So it's 250 songs. Already have. Well, already started it as well. So it's not going to be a proper reaction at the start. Well, I started it yesterday, but I kind of sucked it off quite quickly. I tried to do it on TikTok, but that's just well, it's mad on TikTok. Ended up doing a bit of a chat roulette with some mad people. Um, so yeah, this is kind of what they've put together, Rolling Stone. I saw a couple of like relevant bands or artists that were like included. A couple of spoilers, but oh, sorry, I swallowed a mint there. So you're getting this kind of stuff, getting behind the scenes stuff that I wouldn't usually put on YouTube. So in it for everyone. In it for everyone. Something in it for everyone. I don't know what that means. Okay, so let's get to 250 Train Drops of Jupiter. Also can't play any songs on this because it's just gonna copyright the life out of it. But Drops of Jupiter, remember that song? 2001. Wonder when in 2001. It's probably one of those songs that don't know, gets cited before the start of the Strokes, maybe. It's top five hit in the summer of 2001, say before Is This It came out. Shouldn't be eating the mint, should I, on this? It's not going to go down well. Um, three people watching, buzzing. Uh, is there a live chat going on? Ignore that for now. Yeah, never heard of this tweet one. No idea. Gonna have to skip ones that I've never heard of. Fleet Foxes, yeah, this was one yesterday that I said I like that album, but maybe there was better songs on the album to pick from. Not sure. Just check microphones. Using the right mic. But is there? I wonder if there's any songs that I was expecting that won't be in there. Avicii levels, yeah. I need to concentrate on that. Post Malone, never got that into him. Really, I don't think. Not that bothered. Not heard of this one. So we'll skip that. Same with this guy. Apparently, it's a bit of a good story though. So what knock it? Don't know who this guy is with the nice teeth. Scarface. Think I've heard of Scarface. Not apart from the film, like the music, but I don't know much about it. Wheatus. It's got its place in history on it. So what not what try and take that away. I definitely bought it on single as well. Think about this and Emma Bunton on the same day. Sure, I was a bit too young to be cool at this point. But yeah, enjoyed it nonetheless. Mac Miller, don't know much about them. Possibly had the name. 2018. Skrillex. Again, I don't know, recognize maybe some of his tunes or tracks, but don't know much about him really. Bleachers played this one yesterday. I don't know if they're a band, are they? Never really. I never really got into them. Kid Cudi, yeah, part of the Day and Night was kind of the one of the soundtracks of the dubstep on it. Kind of half got into it at the time. Felt like I should get into something else apart from indie music at that point. Felt like it was very uncool to be into indie. I hate calling it indie, but so you can call it in it at that time. Remember trying to get into stuff like that, which was all right. I think this one is like a remix of like a song you used to hear at under 18s nights. Everybody in the club getting tipsy. I listened to it yesterday, but didn't get referenced in there, weirdly. Foo Fighters, again, you can't really knock the place in this list, can you? Massive song, really. Right, I think it was in American Pie. It always makes me think of that for some reason. The wedding movie. Arguably the best, in my opinion. Don't know anything about this guy, J Balvin. John Prine. Don't know anything about him either. Thames. No idea. Um, Florida. Why does that say my name? And I should say that out. Never mind. Florida Georgia Line. No idea. Mastodon. Yeah, I've no real knowledge on them. Is it like metal? Is that what you'd call it? Metal riff. It's got the greatest metal riff of the new century, apparently. Okay, I'll take the word for it. Old 97s, no idea. Roller skate skinny. Lumped in with alt country scene, but attended to an ace pop rock band. Fair enough. Brief romance with Winona Ryder. Reema, don't know, no idea. Tyler Childers, 2017, no idea with him. 5 Seconds of Summer, not sure about that either. It's from 2018. Bright Eyes, now this is one more of a classic of the genre. Makes me think of like the OC and that, watching the OC on a Sunday. I don't know if they were ever on that, but makes me think of that time where some people that bang into them. The Knife, Heartbeat's kind of a similar vibe. Good song, to be fair. Kanye West or The Lights with Kid Cudi, who's already in the list. Never that bothered about that song. It's one that boxers always walk out to, isn't it? Like, oh, yeah, that kind of vibe. Paul Simon, didn't know he'd released music at that point. Someone I never really, I only know like the main songs of Paul Simon. I don't really know. Never really know his albums or anything. But I'm sure it's good. Martin Goetz, band that I've heard of, don't really know anything about, to be honest. So maybe I want to visit. Kesha TikTok. I had another song, yeah, I can hear it in my head. Um, Downloaded 610 million times. Am I reading that? No, 610,000, sorry, in the first week. Set a record for a female artist. Respect. Father John Misty, don't know much about him, I have to say. 2015. T-Pain, definitely had the name. Not sure about the song. Rich Boy featuring Palau de Don. Don't know anything about that in 2006. Wasn't listening to that. Old Crow Medicine Show. I mean, nah, nothing. Not really too fussed about that. Lizzo, Head of Lizzo. Might have heard the songs, but couldn't tell you what they're like off the top of my head. Hold Steady, a band that have been mentioned a few times on the pod recently. So I've heard a couple of songs, but I don't know if I've heard this song. Possibly have. But yeah, got some respect amongst bands I've spoken to. Taylor Swift, Love Story. Actually, don't know. Yeah, I do know that song. I think so. No, I'm thinking of a different one. Um, I think the Romeo and Juliet thing threw me off. Thinking of another song that's not dissimilar from. And it is Taylor Swift, yeah. Just thought it sounded like someone else. Bit daft. Doja Cat, don't know anything about Doja Cat. Probably show myself up here with my lack of contemporary knowledge or diverse knowledge. Alabama Shakes. I think someone sent me this song recently. I don't know why. Um, is that kind of the slap clap era, whatever it was known as the stomp clap era? Or am I doing them a disservice there? Usher. Yeah, that was a mad song, wasn't it? Just reminds me of like some bad nights I used to go to before I discovered indie nights, so to speak, or before I was kind of found that crowd. Adventure and Idea. Ashley Simpson. Not sure about that. Rich Gang featuring Young Thug. No idea. Oh, what year was that? 2014, yeah. New Jeans Hype Boy. Is that a K-pop thing? Not sure. Green Day, Jesus Suburbia. Can't think what that song is. I don't mind Green Day, to be honest. I I can't think what that song is. They aim for an emo Bohemian Rhapsody. Blimey, sounds crazy. Pop Smoke, welcome to the party. No idea. Original Coffee, no idea. Not no idea. No idea. Two around 200 now. Making some progress. FKA Twigs. I've heard the name, don't really know much about him. Leonard Cohen. Okay. Um, not one of his last releases, was it? I don't even know these people. Tony Braxton. Remember that name? I thought she was more 90s. When this is done 2000. Don't remember that song, I don't think. Radiohead, there. Yeah, definitely remember the title of that song. Don't know. Can't think of it off the top of my head though. Poor form. Evanescence tune, to be fair. That was number one, definitely. I think. No, 22-piece string section. Definitely a big single at the time. Scissor with Drew Barrymore. No idea about that. Parquet Courts. Good band. Recently talking about them inspiring a band that I like. Serial Chiller. Shout out. I couldn't tell you that song off the top of my head. Well, Ed Sheeran. Oh, hell. Tiny guitar. I mean, it's to some people say sure. Not having it myself. Phoenix 1901. That's a good song. Definitely appreciated Phoenix for a bit. Definitely a belting single, he'd say. Don't know who that is, Fred. Grimes. Not sure what she's about, to be honest. Don't know who they are. MGMT. Yeah, can't argue with that. Thought might be slightly higher, that to be fair. I prefer Time to Pretend, personally. But obviously that's a big single, kids, isn't it? Quite a cool story about how they got together, started playing gigs. I didn't really know what they're doing, but some great songs. Don't know about Beyonce's newer stuff. Gone country, hasn't she? No idea. Los Tigres, no idea. Outcast, Mid Jackson. Yeah, great song. Imagine that Hit AR is probably quite high in the list. But probably fair, Miss Jackson, to be fair, if I'm being truthful. Billie Eilish, don't mind Billie Eilish, but I could not tell you what her songs were off the top of my head. Quite interesting Glastonbury performance there. Brandy Carlisle, don't know about that. Rihanna featuring Drake, not sure about that. Kings of Leon, you somebody. I mean, this is their mad era on it, or like their very mainstream era, but it's definitely a good song in it, I suppose. Like very radio friendly, but definitely appreciated it for a while. The making of it's quite interesting as well. Some kind of documentary on around that period. Don't know who that is, I'm afraid. Don't know who that is. Do I? One thing. Might know that. I'm not gonna play it if you wait, so I'm gonna play the sound anyway. Lady Gaga. I've not seen that film. Car seat headrest. Heard some good things about them, I think. Probably do know a couple of their songs off the top of my head. But sorry, just seen your comment, George. Where's Nickelback? We might get to them. You never know, they might be higher in the list. Aaliyah, don't know that song, I don't think. Was it More Than a Woman, the other song that she had? Remember that one? System of a Down, Chop Suey, know that song, yeah. It's probably not to my taste particularly, but I can appreciate it. Don't know who that is. Kiara featuring Missy Elliott. Might know it if I heard it, but I'm not sure. T.I., what you know? Did T.I. do that song with Justin Timberlake? I really like that. Did really like one of them they did in like late 2000s. Oh, Me's Dead and Gone. Is that the same guy? Girls' Generation from 2009. Not sure about that. Girls' Generation with G. Jimmy Eat World, the middle, Ace song. Had many a good time on the more rocky floors on Nights Out. Enjoying that. Couple of Ace singles from them. I'm sure there's more, but I don't know much about them in general. The Chicks, Long Time Gone, not sure, 2002. That's interesting. That they were then Dixie Chicks. Okay. Sabrina Carpenter, I probably will know that song. Um, Fair play to her. I might, yeah, the bit, she's got some wild lyrics actually. Jay-Z and Linkin Park, none. I mean, I quite liked Linkin. I think I'm off that age where, yeah, cheers, George. Dead and Gone was great. Um, yeah, I think I was of an age where I I had a soft spot for like new metal, if you like, with like Linkin Park and Biscuit and stuff. But people, of an older age absolutely hate, like, just think it's a joke genre. And it's fair enough. But, I'll happily listen to Hybrid Theory in the car, give it a blast out. Cafe, I don't know who that is. Flaming Lips, probably a band that I should listen to more. I think they get quite, yeah, quite, what do you call it? Can't think of the word where someone's well regarded by the music press, etc. But yeah, so a band that I probably should get more into. Definitely some good songs I've heard from them. TV on the radio, Wolf Like Me, a big one of the era, kind of maybe not appreciated as much as it should be. But I remember some of my mates were big into that song particularly and the band. Drake, no idea what that song is, I'm afraid. Don't mind some of Drake, but Taylor Swift, Cruel Summer. Can't think what that one is on the top of my head, but she's gonna have loads in here, isn't she? Don't know that one is. Modest Mouse, Float On, yeah, massive song from him. Indie Nights back in the day. A staple of most indie nights. Yeah, great song. Don't know loads more by them, to be honest. But yeah, Def deserves its place. Kendrick Lamar, not sure on that yet. Yeah, I'm not sure on that. Johnny Cash, 2002. Blimey. Don't know what's comparing to there. But he's in his latter years. Recorded it with 9 Inch Nails in 1994. Wow. Yes. I Miss You. Wow. It's another one. Reminds me of being on the school bus or something. But I think I appreciated it at the time. And very, don't know, one of the most, the the style of singing's become like a parody of itself, and it pretty funny. Alicia Keys, Falling, recently picked and it wasn't picked, but someone mentioned it on the radio show recently, or mentioned her songs. And yeah, undeniably impressive song, I guess you'd say. George says in the comments, have I got tickets for Baby Shambles? I haven't, mate, to be honest. No. Don't know really. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. I was like obviously hoping like everyone else that Pat was going to be involved. So need to see near the time what I'm going to do regarding that. Are you going? Beck, Lost Cause. I don't actually know that song, but Beck's got a few good songs up his sleeve. Pink, So What? Could not say what that song is off the top of my head. Vampire Weekend, Air Punk. Yeah, it became like a another staple of indie nights, didn't it? Like I mean, it's played an awful lot, so I wouldn't be in a rush to listen to it now, to be honest. It's interesting reading Meet Me in the Bathroom as well, the book, because then it's like Felt like they were tipped to be like bigger than the Strokes at one point, and that just never happened, did it? But I definitely enjoyed that first album when it came out. Let's load some more. 150 Nelly, Ride With Me. I think I might have had that on single, you know. Definitely enjoyed that at the time. Get rid of that video. Always, wow. Yeah, I loved that when it came out. That was ace. Remember hearing it on Radio 6, and like I'd never heard it before, and I was immediately like kind of hooked, if you like. Bit of a cliche, but ended up going to see him quite a few times. Really good song, really good band. What's you? If you got tickets, yeah, I'm not sure what about that part. Yeah, I mean they're playing some massive venues, aren't they? Playing Brixton Academy and Victoria Warehouse in Manchester. I mean, like, might end up going to the Manchester one last minute or something, if I can. But we'll see what's going on. Be interesting to see what happens. Jason Isabel, no idea. Isabel. Travis Scott, no idea. Ivy Queen, not sure about that. I'm gonna have to go on back and listen to some of these maybe. It's a shame that YouTube will probably kick off if I went to listen to one now on here. Miguel, no idea. Zach Bryan, not sure. Icona Pop. Charlie XCX. She's been around a while, hasn't she? I need to uh crash my car. Oh, I love it. Right, okay. Do know this one, yeah. I didn't know Charlie XCX. I didn't know Charlie XCX was on that actually. I crashed my car into the bridge, etc. That's quite a funny song, wasn't it, at the time? Blackpink, don't know what that is. Copa the Scientist. I definitely listened to that if it came on the radio, to be fair. I'm not a person that is going to knock Coldplay for sake of it. You know what I mean? There's a time and a place for it, I guess. MOP. And this is a good song. And yep, yeah, it is a good song. Enjoyed that one. Played it a few times when I DJ'd in Hull, no biggie. Rela Kiley. Don't know who that is. Beyonce, Deja Vu. Must have heard that, but I'm not sure. Marine Morris. I'm not sure. Mike Jones, Still Tipping. Don't know what that is. Water Tyler. Justin Bieber. No. Umbrella. Tune and a half. And it's performed with the Klaxons. Oh, Klaxons, sorry. Drop the. Drop the. At the Brit Awards back in the day. Yeah, great song. Like, quite like Rihanna's, few Rihanna songs. Good pop music in it. Avril Lavigne. Complicated. Again, probably reminds me of the school bus. Can't really, uh, can't really knock Avril Lavigne, can you? I think she wrote the songs as well, didn't she? Or she had, I think, well, she might have done, but she was very young as well. It's like, yeah, I think she might be like my age, is she? Maybe a bit older. Clint Eastwood, good song, Gorillaz. It's definitely interesting at the time, wasn't it? Can't say I'm bothered about them now, but like, yeah, pretty cool idea at the time. Quite enjoyed it. Incidentally, my uncle has got he's like I don't know, he's like a big fan, I guess. And he's got like a massive tattoo of him on his back. I keep meaning to get him to send me a photo of it, but I don't know why he won't. Selena Gomez, not sure what she's up to. Megan the Stallion, not sure either. Postal Service, such great heights. Yeah, this is another. I don't know, makes me think of Bright Eyes or something as well. Um, yeah, bit emo in it, but makes me think of that college time. And I think Charlotte from the Subways picked that on her radio show when she came on. So yeah, Lord Green Light. I'm not sure. I must have heard that, but I don't know. I can't think of it. Don't know who Lucy Dacus is. Egyptian, no idea. Mary J. Blige, Family Affair. Must have heard that song. Can't think of what it is though. Fountains of Wayne. Didn't they do another Hilaire song? Didn't they do Stacey's Mum or something? Don't know about Hack and Sack. Azealia Banks, 212. Yeah, that's a good song, isn't it? Yeah, I like that one. Eminem Stan. Yeah, big fan at the time. There's a 12-year-old or whatever I was, 13. Definitely bought Marshall Mathers LP. Was all over it at that point, yeah. Survivor. Yeah, you're going to expect these songs in there, right? Massive songs of the time. Sky Ferreira, you're not the one. Don't know about that. Sky Ferreira. Know the name. Don't know. That song off the top of my head. Charles Gambino, head the name. Couldn't tell you that. The Shins new slang. Yeah, great. Yeah, the Shins are pretty. They've got some great songs. Again, don't really know the albums inside out, but that is a great song. Bruce Springsteen. I mean, I can give up. I don't really know much about Springsteen overall. Certainly not his like more recent stuff or his stuff in the last 20 years. Little Big Town Girl Crush. No idea. Taylor Swift, Blank Space. Here's what it is, isn't it? Don't know. Natalia. Don't know who that is. Panic at the Disco. I probably appreciate them now more than I did, weirdly, at the time. Just like felt like they're a bit daft and that don't know, daft kids from school liked them. But probably listen to it now if I came on the radio. Don't know who that is. Courtney Barrett. Barnett, sorry. Definitely heard of her. I think I liked a few of her songs. Or was yeah, I remember like appreciating them at one point, but I couldn't really tell you what that song is off the top of my head. Don't know these guys that Nicki Minaj heard of. Don't know what they're about. The New Pornographers. I feel like I've heard of them, but not sure about that song. Kylie Minogue, Can't Get My Head, yeah, obviously a big song of the era. Number one for about 6 months or something. One Direction, Fireproof. Don't remember that song, Fireproof. Milkshake, yeah, big song of the time. And paired with the Neptunes, was it? Yeah, obviously appreciated that back in the day. Wrecking Ball. I mean, like then I thought it was just like good pop song at the time. I think she was like a bit more serious than that. I don't. Same with Miley Cyrus, maybe. Wrecking Ball's a good song though. I appreciate that. Florence and the Machine. Never got into Florence and the Machine. Her voice just doesn't do anything for me, really. But I can appreciate she's a good singer. So fair enough. Poker Face. Yeah, I was into Lady Gaga as a pop artist. Thought she had some good songs. Fair enough. Missy Elliott, Work It. Yeah, it's all right, wasn't it? Not a lot to say about some of these, but yeah, the big songs of the time. Frank Ocean, Novocaine. In the top 100 now, here we go. Hives hits I told you so. Yeah, absolute banger of a single. One of the staples of the era, and almost played, almost overplayed, you'd say, but you give it the benefit of the doubt. Carrie Underwood, heard the name, don't know much about her. Lana Del Rey video games, a song, to be fair. Uh, yeah, can't knock that. It's in the top 100. My Chemical Romance. I appreciate My Chemical Romance, but I think I would say I got other songs that are better than that. Don't know if I've got any more songs in the list now, but yeah, fair enough. Burna Boy, no idea, I'm afraid. Dua Lipa Levitating. I might have heard that song, but I don't know it off the top of my head. Mad how many times I've said that. Eric Church, Springsteen. That looks rubbish, but I don't know what it is. Sean Paul, Get Busy. Probably heard the song. Don't know it. I don't know it though. Tyler, the Creator, Yonkers. Not sure. Broken Social Scene. Definitely had a few of their songs that I like, but I could not tell you that song off the top of my head. Definitely a good band though. Timberlake Mirrors. Not sure on that. Hung Up. Yeah, this is a good song. Yeah, that is a good song. Madonna had some great, like, later songs, if you like. Put like 2000s in the 2000s. Was Frozen and stuff in the 2000s? Don't know. Kind of gone a bit mad now, hasn't she? But Yeah, so she had some air songs uh, throughout her career, I guess. Chris Stapleton, not sure on that. Charlie XCX, no idea. Do I want to know in there? Good to see Monkeys in there. Probably, yeah. Do I want to know was massive. Got me back into them really. I kind of like lost them a bit up until that point. Um, yeah, good to see it in there. Well deserving. Sorry by Justin Bieber. Can appreciate that. To be fair, good pop song. The Rapture, yes. Yeah, good seeing that in there. Like major staple of any indie night. House of Jealous Love was a ground zero for a whole era of music, kicking the doors open for bands from Franz Ferdinand's Block Party. Yeah, yeah, wouldn't argue with that. Outcast, here we go. Hey, yeah, thought it'd be in there. Yeah, mint song to be fair. Great pop song. Bad Bunny, no idea. Boy Genius. I'm not sure on Boy Genius, and I like quite like Phoebe Bridges, I guess. I just remember Matt Tong absolutely slating Boy Genius when he came on. He called him anemic, I think he was the adjective he used, but never really listened that much myself. I didn't find it that interesting. Fall Out Boy, yeah, similar to Panic at the Disco. I probably appreciate it more now than I did back then because I was just like, then it was more segregated back then, wasn't it? It was like you're either indie or emo or whatever. So you kind of stayed away from this kind of stuff. Although like some of it, like don't you, like Jimmy Eat World, I would happily listen to, but at the time this felt just a bit like don't know, I felt a bit daft at the time, but I'd listen to it now. Future, not sure on that. I don't think. Is that um Lil Nas? Don't know. Kanye West. Jesus Walks, probably his best, my favorite Kanye West song. So, remember walking through Piccadilly Gardens once, like years ago, and people playing it. But yes, good song. David Bowie, Black Star. Wow. Yeah, it was good. I guess like with the timing of it and everything, probably adds to its effect as well. Not going to argue with Bowie in there, I suppose. Cardi B, not sure. Bon Iver, Skinny Love, not for me. I'm afraid that's in there with Ed Sheeran for me. Harry Styles, as it was. 71. It's kind of like the Strokes. He won one of the Strokes, kind of talked about it being a chord progression they've used before. So it's interesting, but it's quite high. But it was massive, I guess. Don't know about that, I'm afraid. Gonna have to listen to these top ones. Arcade Fire, yeah. And yeah, very great single. What a band, to be fair. Someone was talking about like the Reading line at Leeds and Reading. It was like Arcade Fire, then Baby Shambles. And in the Carling tent, that'd have been pretty amazing. Followed by Suede Side Project, which didn't go very far, I don't think. Miranda Lambert, no idea. NSYNC Bye Bye, great pop single. Not going to argue with that. Kind of Backstreet Boys vibe in it. Bit of a classic. Wilco. Definitely had the name Wilco. I don't know much about them though. Want to revisit. Kendrick Lamar. Never got into Kendrick Lamar, I have to say. Don't know what that is. Paramore. Yeah, I know this song, yeah. Yeah, Paramore, fair play. I mean, I think it's probably this song. It's not, I don't know, I don't find it massively interesting, but it's all right, isn't it? Sounds a lot like that Olivia Rodrigo, the headline Glastonbury to me as well. I know that kid they came before, but Solange, no idea. Bob Dylan, no idea about his more recent stuff, to be honest. Lil Wayne, no idea. Phoebe Bridges, wow, it's quite high, isn't it? Will have heard that song because I liked her at that time, I think. Can't think of it off the top of my head though. DJ Snake, turned down for what? Yeah, I do know that one to be fair. Hilariously high in the list, but yeah, we'll allow it. Beautiful day. Wow. Match of the Day on ITV or the Premier, was it called the Premiership or something on ITV? Just makes me think of that era. Being in the pub after Hull City when I was about 12, yeah. They did come back with some good songs, I guess, or like big songs. I mean, if that came on the radio, you'd probably turn it off though. It's a bit, I don't know. It's almost a bit bland now, isn't it? Shakira, must have heard that song, but I couldn't tell you what it is. Teenage Dream, it's just a pretty average pop song, isn't it? I don't know. In the Club, 50 Cent. Not going to argue with that. Definitely into definitely into that at the time. I appreciated it at the time. That album. And it's become a classic, isn't it? Nicki Minaj, don't know about that. Franz Ferdinand, Take Me Out. Yeah. Talked about this a fair bit on the pod. The intro is probably one of the best intros you're ever gonna hear to a song. Um but I don't know, I can take or leave that song though. Like if that if I'm being honest, like if that came on back in the day, I'd go for a drink at that point. That'd be like a go for a drink song to me. No offense to anyone involved, but I'd enjoy the intro maybe and then go for a drink. Disclosure, I don't know. Maybe I've heard that. Down to the top 50, him, The Wire. Might have heard that, but doesn't ring any bells. Uh, Maxwell, no idea. MIA Air song. That reminds me of being in the Lamp bar in Hull for some reason. Yeah. No, yeah, Air song. So very, very like different at the time as well. Don't know, that is Winehouse Back to Black. Yeah, good song. I think you know I know good's probably my favourite Winehouse song for if you're asking. Casey Musgraves, not sure. Me, don't know who that is. Hold on, we're going home. My favourite Drake song, yeah. That's it's playing acoustic guitar. Well, Arctic Monkeys covered it, didn't they? And then yeah, I got more into I got into it at that point. Quite quite a cliche, but good one to play on acoustic guitar, FY. Uh Call Me Maybe. I mean that is mentally high. How is that high? Like, it's just that is like a proper daft song, in it. I don't know. That's lost on me a bit. Blinding Lights, The Weekend. I've definitely heard that song, but it's again quite high. I don't know. Ariana Grande, I probably heard that song, but I don't know. Couldn't tell you it. Lose Yourself. I mean, unbelievably, yeah, it's become very overplayed, but uh, did appreciate the time. And I watched that film a lot later, like only not recent, the last 10 years I watched that film and enjoyed it. But then I found out it wasn't particularly autobiographical, which ruined it a little bit. But obviously, yeah, big song of the era. I remember my English teacher saying we studied. I think did we study it in English once? She was like, "Oh, we'll be studying Eminem. People at school will be studying Eminem in like 20 years instead of Shakespeare or something." Don't know if that's happened. Olivia Rodrigo. Don't know that song to be honest. BTS Spring Day. Don't know anything about that. Mitsuki, your best American girl. Don't know. LCD Sound System. I have to say I never got into them really. I liked Daft Punk's playing at my house as like a night out song, but their kind of vibe just never really struck a chord with me. I don't think. I know they're seen as like, yeah, a go-to band or a very important band, but yeah, not particularly having them. Wouldn't be in a rush to see them myself. All of like the reunion stuff. I know everyone does it now, but didn't they kind of play on the fact they were going to have a reunion and then just carried on playing loads of gigs? I mean, sorry, they're going to play like a last gig or something, a final gig or something, a final tour, but carried on. Anyway, good for them. Lord Ribs, probably know it if I heard it. Again, same with that. That being higher than video games seems a bit mad, but maybe it's better. I couldn't tell you what it's like. Beyonce again, not sure what that is. Since you've been gone, Kelly Clarkson. Classic of the genre. Can't argue with that. Massive song. I think it was massive in America as well. Oh shit, of Confessions. Yeah, I do remember that, I think. Yeah. I mean, it's quite high in it, but each to their own. You Outcast, UJK featuring Outcasts. Imagine I've heard that, but I couldn't tell you. Daft Punk. Yeah. Got to have a Daft Punk in there, aren't you, I guess. Can't argue with that song, really. Very feel good song in it. Daft Punk have got some crazy hits. We Found Love. Yeah, I mean, massive pop song. Would not put that above Daft Punk. It's hard to remember what's already been, but wouldn't be putting Calvin Harris above Daft Punk, I don't think. Mr. Brightside. It's hard to be like fair on Mr. Brightside now, and it just feels a bit like unbelievably overplayed. But it was ace at the time. The whole album was great at the time, Hot Fuss. So yeah, I'm not gonna argue against that. Fair enough. 99 Problems again. Uh, can't really argue, I suppose. I mean, it wouldn't be in my top 50, but yeah. Do I know this song? Not sure I do, but it's untitled, so is it untitled? Not really, is it? Chipotle, yeah, Pink Pony Club. It's all right, innit? Wouldn't be in my top 25, but and I appreciate it's a massive song. Essence by Wizkid. No idea. Blimey, that's a bit scary, isn't it? Oh yeah, I thought it was a good song that. To be fair, it's a Lady Gaga. Do quite like it. I'd listen to it if it came on the radio. Don't know who that is. Uh, Someone Like You again, just so overplayed, but a good pop song. I guess you'd say. Hard to argue with. Bad Guy, Billie Eilish. Is that the one with a? I don't know. The only Billie Eilish one I can think off the top of my head is that like it's not even a singing. It's that kind of like little riff. But I won't even try to do it. Oh, is it this song? I think it might be this one, but Drake, Hotline Bling. No, I'm not sure. Mariah Carey. No idea. Fifth, 16. I'm not sure on that. Bombs Over Baghdad. Remember that? Yeah. 15. Fair enough. Just probably put like Hey Yeah above that maybe, or Miss Jackson for me. But Daddy Yankee. Gasoline there. Yeah, I remember that, yeah. That would have been a massive song all over the world, wouldn't it? Mad that it's that high, but fair enough. Scissor Snooze. Don't know really. Strokes. Banging at 12. I mean, there won't be another Strokes song higher than that, will there? So, but it's good to see him in there. For me, hard to explain. It'd be the best song in the last 25 years, probably. I was thinking about doing a video on that, but like my top, I suppose I might do at some point, like top 10 or 20 songs of the era, but it's just a bit reductive, isn't it? It's the thing with lists like YouTube channel, like doing YouTube videos, probably lends itself well to doing like lists and stuff. Like a World Cup of bands or something, but it's just all a bit like, I don't know, find it a bit, yeah, like reductive, a bit daft. And here I am doing a video on a list of best songs of the last 25 years. So there we go. But I will say about this song actually, it's a bit of a thing on Instagram recently because I posted a video of Eddie Argos from Art Brut basically saying he didn't rate the Strokes, which is fair enough. Not everyone has to rate the Strokes, but he said, he just thought they were thought they were a bunch of handsome lads doing Tom Petty covers. And someone came up in the comments saying that he was like, "Oh yeah, they had to assign over 100% of the royalties to the Strokes," uh, which I didn't think was true. Turns out it isn't true. I don't think. In fact, I think Tom Petty was like, yeah, he was opposite. He was like, "Don't worry about it." And I think the Strokes admitted they probably ripped the song off, but ripped off that kind of opening chord sequence. But Tom Petty wasn't bothered by all accounts. Um, So should we read this one, shall we? I've not really read any of the info that the hype surrounding New York garage rock revivalist The Strokes was deafening, even before they released their first single on the punchy Last Night, delivered on that hoopla with the reflexive cool of a Lower East Side lifer. The giddy guitar solo from Pop Sky on Albert Hammond Jr. helped too. Sure, the notion that it was a scruffy homage to Tom Petty's American Girl made the Florida rocker laugh out loud. So yeah, he was loving it really. But the way it plays frontman Julian Casablancas' sandpaper yelp amid squalling guitars and a running away from itself beat made Last Night one of the most compelling pieces of evidence for the case that, at least musically, there was a clear winner in rock's turn of the millennium splintering into post-punk cool and post-grunge angst. Wow, it's very music magazine style of writing, that, innit? But yeah, I guess can make sense of that, I guess. What's it say? One of the most compelling pieces of evidence for the case that at least musically, there's a clear winner in Roxanne. Right, okay, so they're saying they're the best band of that era. I mean, yeah, we're not going to argue that. Or that scene, if you like. Bad Bunny, no idea. Frank Ocean, not sure. Britney Spears, Toxic, great pop song. Remember dancing to that under 18s nights. Maybe that's embarrassing to admit, I don't know. But good song. Tech, a song to be fair. I'm not wouldn't say I'm a Radiohead diehard or anything. I kind of got into them later in life, but it's definitely an ace song. Kendrick Lamar, not familiar with him, I'm afraid. Dancing on My Own by Robin. Yeah, great pop song. And recently, yeah, it's mentioned on a pod recently, a radio show. Pretty sure Kings of Leon covered it, didn't they? Abraham in the comments, hard to explain or Someday is the best song of the era. Yeah, definitely hard to explain for me. Sunday's obviously great as well. For Gen X and L, sorry, I was reading Abraham's comments for anyone that's watching later on. For Gen X and elder millennials, same way boomers insisted, like a Rolling Stone was the greatest song of all time back in the early 2000s. Yeah, it's just different. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of different opinions, isn't there? Just got to try and appreciate it. Taylor Swift all too well. I couldn't tell you what that's like. White Stripes Seven Nation Army. Yeah, top five. Got to say that's fair enough. Should we read the info on this? I mean, I got into the White Stripes from this song, which is not in a rush to admit that because they did have a lot of music before that. But I kind of got mad into them after this. And I was only 15, 14, so just a caveat. Just when we thought the big, overpowering rock riff was a thing of classic rock past, Jack White resplendently brought it back from the dead. Famously conceived during a sound check during a White Stripes show. Wow. Seven Nation Army returned raw simplicity and mystery to rock and roll. Yeah, I think that sums up the White Stripes in general, really. It's quite a good way of putting it. The title was a reference to the way White would mistakenly refer to the Salvation Army when he was a kid, and the spew of imagery in the lyrics alluded to the scrutiny White and his musical and one-time personal partner Meg were suddenly receiving. At the time, I took some inspiration about some people I knew gossiping, White said later, but there was nothing cryptic about the power of the riff, of that riff, played on guitar but sounding like a bass. The tension it builds before the track explodes. White's elfin heat delivery and lead guitar that recall Clapton's Cream era as an added oh God, they recall Clapton's Cream era. As an added bonus, White gave college and high school marching bands a repertoire upgrade they all desperately needed after years of playing Chicago hits. Yeah, I mean, it's just, yeah, gargantuan, isn't it? Absolutely loved it at the time. Still got time for it, but it's just incredibly overplayed, even at football now and everything. Beyonce, Crazy in Love, yeah, what argue with it? Pretty iconic, etc. Yeah, this is the one I saw. Maps being number two. Yeah, I mean, that album is just kind of timeless, isn't it? And yeah, it's just ace. Kind of similar to the White Stripes, just like there's a simplicity to it, Well, I say simplicity. The guitar's crazy on it, but there's just like a purity about it that you're not going to argue with. I should read this one as well. Why not? Through New York art punk trio Yeah Yeah Yeahs, the New York art punk trio Yeah Yeahs are often celebrated for their off-the-wall energy. It's a quieter moment that became the band's most enduring song. There's a specific beauty to the stark, bare-naked humanity of Karena's performance over Nick Sinner's quavering guitar. The Karen often feels like a living firework blazing through the Yeah Yeah Yeahs' most explosive eruptions. She suddenly disarmed and ungraded on maps, wielding nothing but a tremble in her voice and the sheer honesty of a heartfelt message. Yeah, it's kind of what I was saying, in a way. The lore is that the song was about her then boyfriend, Angus Andrew of the band Liars. The title is rumoured to be an acronym for Miss My Angus, Please Stay. All right, that's interesting. A detail that a tear-stained music video seems to confirm. But the real story is almost secondary. What remains in Maps is pure feeling, so much so that the song has reappeared as musical inspiration for artists from Kelly Clarkson to Beyonce over the years. Still, the original has held out strongest through the decades. Speaking to anyone who has understood whispered pleas in the face of cruel timing and inevitable goodbyes, and what it means to hold on even when it hurts. Very deep. Nice there. Some interesting stuff there. I didn't know that before. Get Your Freak on number one. I mean, again, massive song. Wouldn't be my number one, but you can appreciate it. May as well read it because it's number one. Missy Elliott dropped Get Your Freak on just in time to rule the radio in the long hot summer of 2001, and nothing was ever the same. It was more than just the latest mind-bending Missy mash. It was a challenge there, the sound of Miss Ian Timberland defying everyone else ooh, to keep up with the future or get left behind. The dynamic duo from Portsmouth, Play at Pompey, were music's most radically innovative team. Ever since they flipped hip hop upside down with their 1997 debut hit, The Rain. But Get Your Freak On was a step beyond, riding a crazy space banger beat. Timbaland warps a tabla hook into the head spinning dirty South Avant funk. Oh, I can't bother to read more of that. But yeah, everything vibrant and inventive, cool about 21st century pop is in here somewhere. Holler forever. Lucky duck. Well, there we go. I'm not sure how, skipped a lot of songs there, but don't want it to be a massively long video, do we? Um, but yeah, if you're asking me, best song of the last 25 years, off the top of my head, would be hard to explain for me, just my personal taste. Was there? I'm surprised. Shake It Off by Taylor Swift one in there. I know that's a mad one to reference, but that's one. I was just thinking like, what is like the best non-indie like what pop song did I appreciate or did I like? Shake It Off's got to be in there. Anyway, cramping my style here, aren't I? What I've got left of it. Um, but yeah, my favourite songs. I suppose it's different. Is there a difference between favourite and best? Don't know. Dead Leaves in the Dirty Ground, White Stripes for me would be up there with. Hard to explain. I mean, you probably should have thought about what songs are my favourite before this, but they're just two of them. Might do a whole video on it, so I'll save it for that. But yeah, cheers for those who got in the comments, and yeah, put in the comments what you'd have put on it or what you make of this quite eclectic list. See you in a bit. Can I stop it now? Or do I have to stop this? Yeah.